So I want to throw this out real quick. My concern is with all this early voting going on, people, that are partisan Republicans are pointing out that Donald Trump is performing very well in the early vote and a lot of these swing states and across the country as a whole. However, the problem with this is that the Democrats are going to know how much they need to cheat by. So what happened in 2020 is in a state like Pennsylvania, the rural counties came out and reported what their totals were. And then Philadelphia, is that was the county that did not report what their findings were. They dragged it out, for a week before they had their final tally. And that's because when the rural counties, when the Trump counties came out, they had the final number, and then they knew how many ballots they had to stuff in the ballot box to make it so that Biden, quote unquote, won Pennsylvania. So with all this early vote coming in, and a lot of Republicans are talking about, I voted early, I voted early. The problem with that is that the Democrats are going to know how much to cheat by, later on. Versus if you voted on voting day, on election day, it's harder for them to plan the logistics of that. Yes, they did it with COVID, with COVID being the excuse. They're not going to allow the Democrats, the establishment, the Uniparty, they're not going to allow Trump to just waltz in to that position easily. There may very well be another assassination attempt. I'm shocked there hasn't been false flags. There still could be one. There could be false flags after the election, where they say Trump supporters are violent, kind of similar to January 6th. They're not going to allow anyone good to waltz into that position. They learned from 2016. They're not arrogant about it, and they know how important that is. Even with how much Trump was surrounded by traitors, essentially, how far they were behind. And they don't want to take that chance again. They don't want Trump to be back in the White House again. So don't think that Trump has this in the bag. Yes, he's ahead in the polls. Yes, polls do tend to underestimate his support. However, with all this early voting going on, the fraud, the people that are perpetrating the fraud are going to know how much they need to cheat by come November 5th.